Hey, it's Zach. Feel free to argue. I know I haven't made a video in a little while, but honestly, I've been too busy freaking out full time about the election. Well, my part in it, my voting part in it is over. As of yesterday, I went and I unhappily pulled the lever for Barack Obama. So I guess my first order of business is to apologize to the person I wanted to vote for, and that's Cynthia McKinney. She's a person of principle. She's got a great platform, and I wish electoral politics in this country was about who had the best platform. But unfortunately, I saw no prospect of her getting up to 5% for the Green Party. I saw no prospect of her winning. I saw no prospect of her doing anything except, potentially helping McCain get in there. And so I voted for Obama. And I'm going to try to be a little bit positive in the sense that I think that if he gets an enormous amount of pressure, he could actually, I think, turn out to be a decent president. But without a whole bunch of pressure, he's not. He's not going to do that. But for the time being, I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to assume that people are going to apply some pressure to him, and people are going to be interested in trying to push for a more progressive agenda, more fair agenda for the country, and I'm just hoping that both Obama wins and that he will listen to those calls and be swayed by them. I mean, I've been disappointed a lot by Obama in the course of the campaign, but I keep thinking back to the fact that he's the guy who listened to all those sermons by Reverend Wright, and I read a whole bunch of them. I don't have much of a problem with Reverend Wright, except when he starts talking about God. All the social justice stuff, I think he just makes a whole lot of sense, honestly. I keep thinking about Obama growing up in Suharto's Indonesia and having a real honest view of what globalism is like. And maybe that will, when it comes time to make the decision about whether he's going to be the jackboot or not, I mean, maybe he'll remember those times in Indonesia and what it's like to be on the other end of that jackboot, and that will make him a more reasonable ruler. But now to the freaking out part. Because I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Democracy Now! The last couple of days talking about how people are going in and trying to vote, and these goddamn machines are just not recording things properly. People keep hitting those Obama buttons, and McCain or anybody else but Obama, keeps showing up on these things. And there have been certain machines that have been implicated in several states. There are also multiple platforms, multiple machines that have been affected, have been complained about at this point. And honestly, I've never gotten the whole idea about the machines anyway. I mean, to me, it always seemed like the opening part for a scam, because I've never had anybody been able to tell me, and because it's not true, why they're better than paper. There's absolutely no way, there's no argument that says that these machines, which have been established to be infinitely hackable. Wait a minute. Got to get into something else. I mean, they're talking about these machines, and they have there were two people on Democracy Now! This morning. Another good show on Democracy Now! One of them was Harvey Wasserman of Free Press, and the other one was Brad Friedman of Bradblog. And on Bradblog, you can go, and I'm going to post a link to his thing up in the bar. But they have this election official, showing one of these machines that needs to be recalibrated. So they go through the whole process. Here, I will demonstrate how the machine is screwed up. So he hits something, it goes he tries to hit Obama, goes down to Chet Baldwin. You notice they never hit McCain and have anything but McCain show up. Have you heard any of this? I haven't heard it even once about someone who is a McCain supporter going in and not being able to successfully vote for McCain. Okay, but that's aside from the point. So you have this guy who's a poll worker who's trying to demonstrate this machine. And he said, okay, well, it just needs to be recalibrated. We recalibrate it, and everything will work out fine. So he recalibrates the machine, which, as Wasserman points out, is like whenever anybody talks about Wasserman, you should be hearing stealing the election. So anyway, the guy tries to recalibrate the machine. This is like, this is a publicity event, where they're trying to make people confident about the machines, all right? So they're supposed to have all their ducks in a row. This is us calming down the public that, we can fix these machines and then they'll work just fine. So they go over and he says, oh, again, I'm going to recalibrate the machine and now everything will work just fine. Well, except that it doesn't. It still screws up. So we have these machines, and I think at this point it should be abundantly clear to everyone that these machines are screwed up, and they can be hacked, and they can be used to steal an election. So, to the extent that they can be used to do this, why are we taking this risk? Why? It does not make any sense at all. Because if you have a paper ballot, you can go back later, you can check it, you can see if they actually did it, you can see, whether the things were counted, you can recount them, you can recount them to your heart's content. You can recount them 20, 30, 70, 100 times until you are absolutely certain. All you can do with a machine is like push the button. It's like, was that the total? If that was the total, the machine isn't recounting. The machine is not going to come up with a different total. In fact, I think it would actually be pretty scary if the machine did come up with a different total. Like, how did it? Did it forget some the first time? If so, why? And are we sure that it remembered them all this time? You see how this goes? So, in a lot of states now, you can actually get a paper ballot if all the machines are malfunctioning. So, if the inferior process breaks down, then you can get the superior process. Wow. If that doesn't summarize the country right now, I don't know what does. So, I encourage everybody to try to vote. All the more so because people are trying to steal your vote. This should make you mad. This should make you really mad that there are people out there trying to steal your vote. What input do you have into this country? Not a whole lot, really. This is the most tangible expression of you as a citizen, you voting. So I think every single person in this country should be deeply insulted when someone tries to take their vote away. Get angry, America. Get really angry. Well, that's all I got to say for now. Keep watching, try to vote, and as always, this is Zach Elliott, and you can feel free to argue.